it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and I'm back with another book video. This one is, as promised, part 2 of my all-time favorite books. So I have another set of 6 books to share with you today. Don't forget, if you want to share with me some of your favorite books, drop them in the comments below, and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on more books and scrapbook process videos. All right, so let's get into it with book number 1. Okay, C.S. Lewis's Mere Christianity. I think I started reading this book maybe in college, and I have reread it since. And this is a book where you will definitely want to buy it because, as you can see, like I underlined stuff and made notes in the margins as I was reading it. So this is definitely a book that you're going to want to have. You're going to want to hold in your hands and keep for forever. It's basically just the author's interpretation of what Christianity is, what Christians believe, etc. There were a few things, and I'm sure I made notes about it, where I was like, I think my interpretation differs a little bit from C.S. Lewis's, but still a really great book. It's a classic one. And I have to say, there are some other C.S. Lewis books that I haven't read that are also supposed to be really good. But for some reason, this was the one that I started out with, and I just loved it so much. I didn't go back and read anything else. I kind of guess I thought I got everything that I needed from this Mere book. So if you haven't read it yet, I would highly recommend it. I also really enjoyed F. Scott Fitzgerald's Tender is the Night. Yes, The Great Gatsby is a very good book, and I have read that one. But for some reason, when I read Tender is the Night, I was just really blown away by it. I think I either read it in high school or college. You might be getting a theme here that all of these are high school / college books, and they obviously had a huge influence on my life. Which is why I have purchased them and are keeping them out. So this one is set in it's set in the 1920s, late 1920s, on the French Riviera, and it's a relationship between an actress and this American couple. So, you gotta read it. If you have read anything by F. Scott Fitzgerald before, you kind of know what you're gonna get. But this book really, I have to say, I think this one was probably better than The Great Gatsby. And obviously The Great Gatsby gets a lot of hype because there have been so many movie versions. I don't even know if they made this into a movie or TV movie or anything like that. But this one is definitely tops on my list. Okay, so I have talked about Shannon Olson before. She is on my list of authors who I would love to meet and be friends with in real life. I think I also need to update that one with the video too. I'll have that linked below. But in this book, it's kind of her memoir, and it really resonated with me. Some of the things that she wrote about and talked about, I was like, yes, I totally understand what you're talking about. So this is also a follow-up to her first novel, which is Welcome to My Planet, where English is sometimes spoken. And I read that one second. I read Children of God Go Bowling first, and I don't remember why I read this one first or who recommended it to me. But it's basically about Shannon. It's sort of fictional, sort of not, but it's about her trying to figure out where she fits. She goes to group therapy, she's going on dates, she's trying out organized religion. So this has nothing to do with a cult or anything, but she's trying to find her niche, and I totally resonated with that, especially in my 20s. Tony Horwitz, Confederates in the Attic. I believe I read this one as a class assignment in college, and I really, really enjoyed it. I think this copy is my copy and not my husband's copy. I have read other Tony Horwitz books, and they are, I don't know why this is bookmarked here. I'm trying to figure that out. They are really good. They are well researched. This one is about how the Civil War still resonates today in the South. I should probably read it again to see how relevant some of it is. I'm sure that it is. I'm sure there are people in the South who really hold dear to the Confederate flag and singing Dixie and all of that. This just takes a really in-depth look at who those people are, why they do what they do. Really, like I said, well-researched and very well-written. Another book that I did not read in high school or college, I read after I had moved away from home. It's The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom. And I had the library version, and I loved it so much that I actually bought it. So this is about a family, Corrie's family. They're Dutch, and they help hide and rescue Jewish people during the Holocaust. It's just a really amazing story. You're gonna read it and be like, I can't believe this really happened. Very inspiring, and it does deal with her faith and how that plays into what she and her family were doing. So anyway, if you haven't read this book, it's really great, and I would highly recommend that you put it on your to-read list. And my last book that, again, I did not read in high school or college. I read when I moved to, or when I started working in New York, is Pete Hamill's Downtown. So amazing. Like, I hate New York. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. But when I first moved out here and I read this book, I was like, wow, I'm learning so much about, you know, the island of Manhattan, how it was built, how some of it at the bottom is like man-made, how they started the grid system. It just, there's a lot of history in here that really I found very interesting. And then it's also interspersed with his own personal experiences living there and working there. I think he's normally like a sports writer or something. I was talking to my boss about him one day because he brought him up as a book he was reading, and it was about sports. And I said, oh, you know what? I actually read a Pete Hamill book and I really liked it. So yeah, Downtown My Manhattan is an incredible book. Even if you don't really enjoy New York City that much, I would highly recommend you read it because you'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot of the history, which is really fascinating. Okay, and so that's my second set of 6 books. Make sure you are click subscribed, as I've said before, so in case I do a part 3, you won't miss out when that goes live. And if you enjoyed hearing about all of these books, give this video a thumbs up, like, and I will see you guys next time for more reading and scrapbooking. Bye!